Richard, I can agree. They are being very cautious about exactly what details they are releasing, at least at this hour here at 10 o'clock. We just checked back with the MPD spokesperson. He says that they are working diligently to get the three suspects booked in. That can be a process. They've got to take those statements and get that whole process going just to make sure they've crossed their T's and dotted their I's, so to speak, when it comes to this. You know, this was a very large scene, three scenes. I was at a fourth. Our photographer, Caleb Hilliard, was at, as well as, of course, the Regional 1 hospital scene that we were at earlier today. So they are working to get those people booked back in, but like you said, they are very careful with what details they're releasing right now. Now, I can tell you that what we know about the three suspects is that they were spotted in an Infiniti. I just got a text message just right now from the MPD spokesperson, Louis Brownlee. He says that the suspects are not yet charged. That's just new in, but he says that they are coming. So whether that's in this broadcast, it'll likely be after our 10 o'clock. We'll keep you updated with that online as well. But what we know is these three suspects, they're calling them now, are detained. They were spotted in a silver Infiniti about 5 minutes away from here. We had our photographer there giving us a live look at that earlier today, if you caught that coverage. But it was the same silver Infiniti that the suspect car was what they were looking for, that Q40 silver Infiniti. So this really all started here along Horn Lake Road near Shelby Drive, where we are live now. It started further south of me in an area, it was the cove called Horn Lake Cove and Horn Lake Road. The officer was shot there. That was during an investigation that was actually in connection with an MPD auto theft task force operation. So what's that about? Of course, we've been hearing and reporting, and you've seen the stories about people's cars being stolen, things stolen from people's cars, Infinitis. A lot of times the case, as well as Hondas, well, that operation is tasked with getting those stolen vehicles back. Well, this operation was about 2 stolen cars. So that officer was shot during that. What followed after that, a second officer was trying to assist the shot officer that was taken to Regional 1 in a police cruiser earlier today. That officer was in a crash with that 73-year-old elderly man who was still listed in critical at last check, so authorities have told us. So that was a scene that actually happened right here behind me. That was the biggest scene of today, and we had been here for 5 hours along with police while that scene was still up and that scene was still active. So that was the second scene that we were at as well. Now, we do know that Chief CJ Davis, she was speaking a lot of time today, for a lot of time with the family of that officer. If we have that sound, we'll take it now. Take a listen.
Initially, we didn't know who all was involved. We had 3 different scenes that we were working. So as information was coming in, we were trying to determine where our suspects were, what the condition was of the officers and anybody else that was involved in the incident. So as we were made aware that we had another individual that was involved in the car crash, we were very concerned about that person as well.
And like we said at the top of this broadcast, like you said, Richard, we do know how that officer who was shot, he or she is okay. They're back at home. They left Regional 1 hospital. The 73-year-old was still listed in critical condition in that crash. And also that officer that was in that second officer that was in that crash with that black car is still at the hospital, but expected to recover just fine. Now we just got in from Lewis with MPD. There are no suspects charged at this time. They do have 3 suspects, but charges are coming. Stay with us for the latest. For now, reporting live in Southwest Memphis, I'm Rebecca Butcher.
All right, Rebecca, now right after the shooting spread out over those 3 crime scenes caused 4 Memphis Shelby County schools in the area to be placed on lockdown. We're talking thousands of kids here attending Jeter K-8, Westwood High School, Chickasaw Middle School, and Doubletree Elementary. By late afternoon, those lockdowns were lifted, but you can imagine what it was like for parents, especially since major streets to get to those schools were closed for hours.
I thank the Memphis school system for having a diligent operation, already in place to apprehend and protect the children. Very relieved.
It's too close to home. You got kids here every day. I mean, we come through here every day, so for to come through here and be like, I ain't see a lot of police cars, like, what's going on?
Other parents told us while they're glad their kids were safe and learning inside, it's concerning they were so close to those 3 active police scenes.